Right now at 6, sports provide an important outlet for high school students.
It's given me a lot. It's given me an opportunity to, do something besides just stay home and do nothing all day.
That outlet could soon be taken away for kids at a Colorado high school.
We would lose a lot of students to other schools, and then also academically it wouldn't look good to have these kids pull off.
A metro city is putting the responsibility on you when it comes to reporting traffic crashes.
These community service representatives will help free up these officers.
What you need to know about the changes coming this summer.
Plus, the Avs have their sights set on the Stanley Cup. And that quest continues tonight with the Blues coming to Ball Arena.
And we begin with breaking news tonight at 6. A fire is quickly spreading near Pagosa Springs in southern Colorado and forcing evacuations. In fact, this is a new picture sent out by the San Juan National Forest. And within the past hour, the Forest Service updated the acreage of the fire, originally saying it was 50 to 70 acres. Well, it's now up to 323 acres.
All right, so let's take a look at where this is. It's about 4 miles north of the Pagosa Springs Airport. And right now, residents in the Lost Valley of the San Juans neighborhood in Mineral County are being evacuated.
And this fire has been named the Plum Top Fire. There are 5 large air tankers and multiple helicopters working this fire right now. We promise we will stay on top of this and bring you updates when we get them.
All right, good evening. Busy night, as you can see. Glad you're watching us tonight. I'm Shannon Ogden.
I'm Ann Trujillo. The Friday night lights are a tradition in many small towns across Colorado.
But the lights could be turned off at a Weld County high school.
Denver 7's Colette Bordelon joins us from Fort Lupton, where the high school's football team is currently on the chopping block.
When these bleachers are packed and this field is full, there's no place these high school football players would rather be on a Friday night than right here. But with the potential that their program gets cut from the school's budget, those behind the program are saying these kids need it more than it even needs them. For these kids, it's not just a sport.
I played football since I could ever walk.
The field where they practice and play
It's like home.
is where memories are made
Football teaches you a lot about discipline.
and lessons are learned.
I don't know, I wouldn't have great grades, I wouldn't do all the kinds of things I do, because football keeps you accountable and holds you accountable for many different things in school and in life.
But an idea being tossed around is cutting the program.
We would lose a lot of students to other schools, and then also academically it wouldn't look good.
Those with the district say at a Board of Education meeting last week, they discussed dropping football as a way to save money in the budget.
We're not funded well in K-12 education anyway, so there's always conversations around how do we go further with our dollars.
But the superintendent doesn't think they'll actually lose football.
Football is a very important integral part of any high school experience for kids, and so the board is very concerned about making sure that is offered to our kids.
Saying they don't want to drop the ball when it comes to their kids.
They're brothers to me. They got my back and I got theirs no matter what.
Who have found a family on the field. This is expected to be discussed at the Board of Education meeting next Thursday. That's when a decision should be made. In Fort Lupton, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
And let's give you an idea of what's involved to run the football program at Fort Lupton High School. It costs more than $39,000 to run the program. That includes equipment, travel, extra salary for administrators. Boys basketball has the second highest budget with just under $30,000. And baseball follows that up at $27,000. Superintendent Kaler says the school board is aware of how important extracurricular activities are for students.
The Board of Education understands the importance of comprehensive high school, one that offers extracurricular activities for our kids all the way from drama, music to athletics, clubs, those kinds of things.
Now, to put all of those numbers into perspective here, the district spends $40,000 more on boys sports than girls. Girls basketball has the highest budget at $24,000.
The man who shot at this blue Jeep as it sped through the Elijah McClain protest along I-225 in 2020 will spend 70 days in jail and then spend 5 years on probation. Samuel Young was convicted in March on 2 second-degree assault charges and 4 counts of attempted manslaughter. Now, 2 bystanders were hit by bullets from his gun. They survived. Young was given 50 days credit for time served.
The partner of former Aurora Police Chief Vanessa Wilson has posted bond after turning herself into the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office yesterday. Robin Nacita is accused of retaliating against an elected official and making a false child abuse report against Aurora City Councilwoman Danielle Jurinsky, accusing her of sexual contact with her own child, accusations that were investigated and found to be untrue. Jurinsky says it happened in retaliation for criticizing Chief Wilson before she was fired by the city.
If you get into a minor crash in the city of Aurora, chances are you're going to wait a long time for police. In fact, you might even be told to file the report yourself because it's not a priority. Well, changes are coming this summer through something called the Community Service Representatives. Denver 7's Patrick Perez explains just who they are and why they can help.
Expect to see 6 of these Aurora police vehicles hit the streets come mid-July, but don't expect to find a sworn officer inside.
It gives us the right resource for the right task.
Lieutenant Kerrigan Bennett with APD's Traffic Division says the department is hiring a total of 9 community service representatives. These are civilians, not sworn officers, that will be tasked with responding to minor crashes.
These community service representatives will help free up these officers because there has been both a decrease in the number of officers nationwide, but there's also been an increase in traffic crashes nationwide.
A large percentage of the crashes in Aurora, Bennett says, are the ones that this crew of civilians can help with. And just like officers, they'll be able to issue citations and determine fault, which can help with insurance claims.
When you're in a crash, the more documentation you have of what happened, that's important. Those are all tools that insurance company will use in their own investigation of who's at fault in that crash, or is there some culpability on both sides?
Aurora's program is modeled after similar programs around the state, including Denver PD's.
Good afternoon, sir. In service, please.
It introduced what it calls crash report technicians in 2017. The program currently has 19 of them. DPD says last year, its technicians handled nearly 7,000 crash reports. That amounts to about 11,000 hours that a sworn officer was able to be assigned to higher priority calls.
They understand the benefit that it's going to be to them to free up their time for other duties so that these folks can take the crashes.
Right now, the 9 civilians Aurora PD is hiring are undergoing background checks. Once they complete a month-long training, they'll be ready to respond. In Aurora, Patrick Perez, Denver 7.
Now, also, these community service representatives can help with things like road closures during large events. So Aurora PD will see how this all goes before deciding whether they should take up additional tasks.
Colorado religious leaders and elected officials are standing with shooting victims in Buffalo, New York, and in California. Today, they held a prayer vigil on the west steps of the Colorado State Capitol. Dr. Thomas Mays with the Greater Metro Denver Ministerial Alliance led the vigil. He says tragedies like this are nothing new.
Unfortunately, we experience this time and time again. I want to encourage you to never get discouraged, never give up, never slow down. I admire Dr. Martin Luther King's statement when he said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. We've been moving for a long time.
And there is another vigil scheduled tonight at City Park in Denver. And several politicians and other community leaders are expected to gather at the MLK statue. That's at 8 o'clock tonight. Well, happening right now, Aurora School Board is deciding the future of 2 elementary schools in that district. The schools up for debate are Sable Elementary and Paris Elementary. The district says both have low enrollment. While parents and teachers say they don't think their voices are being heard on this one. So if the board decides to close Sable or Paris, it could happen as early as next May. We'll have an update on this for you tonight at 10 o'clock. Well, the free shuttle at Boulder Chautauqua Park returns for Memorial Day weekend. It will operate weekends and holidays through Labor Day. The shuttle runs from 8 to 8. 5 free downtown Boulder parking garages, as well as the new Vista High School parking lot and the CU Regent parking lot. The shuttle service began back in 2017 to help balance the demand for access to that beautiful park. Well, the Denver Dumb Friends League is becoming the new home of the Metro Denver Cat program. Metro Denver Cat provides help for pets and homeless cats all over the metro. The organization focuses on 6 or 7 neighborhoods to provide veterinary care.
The work they have been doing since 2016 is incredibly impactful, really meeting people where they're at, helping them get their owned cats spayed, neutered, vaccinated, sometimes microchipped, and then also working in these neighborhoods to really identify where there are feral cats and get those cats trapped, spayed and neutered and vaccinated.
The Dumb Friends League has been a longtime partner of theirs, and they'll take over the program in July.
Thunderstorms out there right now. There's some snow in the 7-day forecast.
The Avs look to give St. Louis the Blues tonight. We'll take you live to Ball Arena an hour before the puck drop.
A new scam impacting cable users.
It ended up being $500,000.
What did you think when you saw that?
I can't say that on TV.
A Colorado woman finds a $500,000 charge on her Comcast account. Contact Denver 7 Works to get her answers.
If I could get scammed, What happens to those individuals who don't even know they have been scammed?